Class, we are in week 10. The semester is flying by. Our assignments this week are first ROI and conversion tracking. I mentioned this last week when talking about linking your Google Ads and Google Analytics accounts. That is for this assignment, for this conversion tracking. Project 3 is due. I explained a little bit about that last week, so make sure that's submitted this week. And then your second assignment will be optimizing ad performance. So let's start with ROI and conversion tracking. If you're not familiar with the term ROI, is a very common phrase in business. It means return on investment. And this is what makes Google Ads so powerful and so widely used. In the past, when you would launch a marketing campaign, let's say the marketing department wanted to put up a billboard by the freeway. And so they put up the billboard and they saw an increase of 10% from the previous month. Well, was that increase in sales of 10%, was that from the billboard, or was that from word of mouth, or was that from uh, the radio ad that you had running at the same time? It was really hard to identify a return on your marketing investment. Now you could have customers fill out surveys and say, "Where did you hear about us?" and things like that, and they still do that sometimes. But those can be laborious to fill out. Not all customers want to. Sometimes they don't remember accurately. So, in contrast, Google Ads can tell you down to the penny, if this is set up correctly, down to the penny, what you are getting back for the money you're putting in. And so I know at the end of the day, okay, I put $100 into Google Ads. I got back $176 because of those ads, or I got back $76 because of those ads. So I'm not going to use Google Ads anymore. I'm not going to use that ad. Um, or hey, this is working great. Let's put more money into it and see what happens. That is a powerful tool for businesses, especially if you have a small marketing budget and you're a small business. Every dollar counts, and you can't take a risk to put up an expensive billboard. You don't have the finances to take that kind of risk. So instead, you can do this and target your ideal customer, do a really good job on Google Ads, and then you know at the end of the day definitively how much you're getting back for that investment. To do that, you need to set up what's called conversion tracking. And you need to first identify the conversion on your website. Conversion in this sense means the moment when a visitor to your website converts into a customer. So if you're selling a product on your website, identifying a conversion is really easy. It's when they click that purchase button. They fill out all their credit card information, they click buy, that page pops up that says, "Thank you for your purchase." That's the moment when they've converted from a visitor into a customer. If you've set up an affiliate link, it's a little bit more complex, right? You might count it as a conversion the moment they click that affiliate link. But the value of that conversion can be more complicated to develop. And so you need to determine the dollar value of your conversion for this assignment. There's a conversion value calculator that can help you out with that. If you're selling a product, the value of that conversion is the dollar value of that product. If I'm selling a $20 sweatshirt, the dollar value of that conversion is $20. uh, if you have set up an affiliate link, well, again, that's a little bit more complicated. Let's say it's a $20 sweatshirt, and I've set up an affiliate agreement where I get 10% of the value. That's probably a little high, but for purposes of this, we'll keep it simple and say I get 10% of the value of that sweatshirt. So that's $2 that I get when someone completes that purchase. However, not everyone that clicks on the affiliate link is going to purchase the product. And actually, I'll get a report from my affiliate partner, if they're a good partner, that says X percentage of customers that clicked on your link converted into a customer. So let's say 10% of people that clicked on the affiliate link purchased the product. Well, now it's 10% of $2 instead of 10% of $20. So I get 20 cents is the value of that conversion for the affiliate link. So you have to do an extra step if you have an affiliate link or drop shipping, but you want to identify a conversion for your website, that moment that someone converts from a visitor to a customer, and then determine the dollar value of that. Then there's a code snippet that you'll put on the page where you identify that conversion taking place. So this is, again, if you're selling a product and there's a page that pops up that says, "Thank you for your purchase," that's where you put that code snippet. There's a code snippet you can develop for affiliate links that attaches to the affiliate link, so you can measure on your conversion tracking every time someone clicks on an affiliate link. Please do not put as your conversion a visit to the homepage, because no one has converted into a customer by visiting your homepage, and it will skew this assessment. Uh, so your essay should include all the information in step 2. It should be half a page to 1 page in length. This is probably the most technical calculation we make, is that ROI and conversion tracking. So if you're struggling with it, reach out. I'm happy to help go through some ideas and see if we can't come up with something that will help you identify the conversion and the value of it. The next assignment for your optimizing ad performance. This will help you prepare for project 4. So you're launching your campaigns in project 3. Project 4, we're going to measure the success of those campaigns and just try and improve the success of those campaigns. Please note you are not using the data from your Google Ads campaign for this assignment. There is dummy data in step 1. You'll use that data to assess. And this just gets you familiar with the general the general information that Google Ads gives you for your campaign. Clicks, impressions, CPC, et cetera, et cetera. And there's some readings about that data, how to improve it, and then you'll assess the data. Again, this is not your campaign data, this is the dummy data from step 1. And you'll talk about what keywords you want to add, delete, or pause, or the ads that you want to add, delete, or pause. And then there's much more reading and information in step 7. That information is going to be key to your success in project 4. So again, a lot of this is in preparation for the start of project 4, which now we'll get to next. You're going to submit project 3, and we're going to start project 4 on the same week. I will let you go through the video on this, but it is similar to project 1 in that there's a spreadsheet to fill out with multiple tabs. What you're doing, the overall idea on this is that you will launch your campaign for the first week, record the data that you get. How successful was it in all those metrics I just mentioned in the last assignment? Then you'll pod your campaign and you'll make changes to it based on the assignments that we're going to do in weeks 10 through 12. I will teach you how to improve your campaign. Then you'll relaunch your campaign for another week and record that data and look at the difference. Did you improve your campaign or not? Now, you're not going to be graded on whether or not you improve your campaign, because it takes a lot of tweaks, and sometimes you make a change that you think is going to be positive and it's not. And a lot of it is dependent upon your type of campaign, your industry that you're operating in. So it's not about whether your campaign succeeds, it's about whether or not you understand this process to go through. It's an iterative process. And if you want to be successful, you've really got to do it 4, 5, 6, 10, 15 times to tweak that campaign and steadily improve it to where you want it to be. This is just the first iteration of that for Project 4. And that will be it for this week. I mentioned weeks 9 through 13 come really fast. There's a lot happening. This is certainly one of those weeks as we finish one project and start another. Happy to go through any of this in more detail if you need. Thanks, everyone.